Hey you folks, Quilly here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play European Universalis 4, The Art of Sweden, on a computer that, once again, is kind of performant. Looks like, after booting Windows, the computer really likes to, re-index a lot of files, which is apparently what was going on. So even though it was only reporting, 3% hard drive access, it was actually, ticking away constantly and causing little bits of latency, especially with the OBS running. But now, we're back on top. Alright. So the war is actually going relatively well. We still only have the 1% war score, which is not as great considering the ticking that's actually happening. But we're sieging down a lot of stuff. We did just win a battle and get less than 1% war score. It's like I lose a navy, and I get 16 war score as a penalty. But I crush a massive army. I mean, I know it's a percentage game thing, but man. All right, looks like Tyrol is not going to be sieged. I'm not going to cancel this move, because especially this is an army without any infantry. I don't want to actually prompt the attack there, and most importantly, I actually do want to reset the siege progress in Tyrol. Actually, it looks like it's not going to be reset because they're leaving one person there. Plus, finishing the siege of Trent would be quite nice. We'll let that happen. There's still a lot of big armies roaming around. We are really hoping that they will ultimately decide to attack us in the mountain, which would be a really nice change. But sieges are happening. We do have Vienna going on. A few extra troops just kicking around in Treviso for no real reason. Let's move to Verona. Get a new idea. This is a diplomatic idea. Time to fabricate claims. We're going to wait for this peace deal. So, I think it's pretty well established. There's no way we can destroy Baguette, France, by the end of the game. Therefore, we won't be able to do the conversion of Ile-de-France. I'll still take Ile-de-France just because awesomeness. But I am going to be fighting this war for, trying to get stuff out of the war, as opposed to just trying to piece them out as quickly as possible and efficiently as possible so that I can get back to fighting France. I will try to break this whole kerfuffle against me as much as possible. We're still there with the leaders and stuff, and you are roaming around but going to nowhere particularly defined. If you end up going to Linz, it would kind of suck, just because it is the plains. And you would have big numbers. But I have a lot of reinforcements there, too. I was going to say, I don't think they're going to attack me there. I think they're just going to keep roaming around and generally not do anything. Almost done assembling our new army over here. A few more troops are funneling in, and then we can come down and clear a few of these little one stacks. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and start moving this one right away. No real cannons yet, but let's go and pop some of these bad boys. Since one stacks are sufficient to de-siege most of these places, it's going to be nice to just keep smashing the one stacks. You are not going... Oh, you... Ew. I don't know if I want to take this engagement. Oh, shit, I missed that. That's really annoying. I don't really want to take this one. Let's go to Trent. I don't want to reinforce from Trent either. So we'll lose that. Watch me lose, more war score than I lost from defeating a massive gargantuan army. I mean, I know there's a difference if you stack wipe versus not stack wipe. Oh, we did get caught out there. But still. Can we retreat yet? Nope. I'm hoping it doesn't actually get stack wiped. 0.14 war score. We are starting to run a little low on our actual manpower. There, too. That really sucks. We can afford to tax because we recently lowered the tariffs over there. I want to finish this. Okay, this army is not coming here. Thank you very much. I want to finish that siege, and I should probably get my troops a little closer together. Since we lost a little bit of our war limit, let's go ahead and... I'm actually going to go and make a group of infantry. Because we've lost a few here and there. Yeah, and go clear that out. So they still... Oh, are you really going to commit over here? The 27th. We'll wait until the 26th. They are actually coming to attack me. It is flat land. I will give them that. Detach. Select the big army. Force march and go. Detach. Force march and go. And actually, we'll do a little consolidate here and here. Just make sure we have maximum front lines. That will also eliminate some more of the force limits, which means we'll just go and build up more. We still have tons of money to just keep throwing this problem. If we run out of manpower at a certain point, it'll be a bit of an issue, but until then, we're okay. Once we finish the siege of Trent, we can probably go and pop the guys in Tyrol, which will be nice. Other than that, we're going full reinforcements here. I'm hoping... Yeah, the Lithuanian army is going to come and reinforce. Thank you very much. So we got... Oh, and they're being reinforced pretty heavily, actually. They do have a river crossing, which makes me excessively happy. We might cancel that out with one of our own crossings, though, which would be a little bit annoying. That is a big, big army. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and detach these guys, force march the remaining army, and try to get in there as quickly as possible. I think it's going to be a good idea to commit as heavily as possible. Similarly here, we're going to do a giant force march across Europe. You're going to go there. You're going to come down here. You will get there in time to contribute to the battle. Alright, so right now, we should be murdering them pretty excessively, and indeed we are. Massive cannon volleys, inflicting tons of damage. In fact, it's possible the battle will not be joined by reinforcements. Nope, they have come in. And they still have the -1, which is really, really good. They have slightly higher base morale, more discipline, and more tactics. Because the problem is, I can't get... If I get the bonus morale... Oh, we do have a discipline guy. Which actually probably would have been better. If I change it now, I don't know what it's going to do. It's only a level 1. You know what? I actually like the extra military points, because I keep using it to fuel force marching. Alright, losses are relatively even-ish right now. They're going to reinforce with a few more dudes, although so am I. Oh! Detach from here. Force march. Get in there. I did not see you there. Should have done that right away. Looks like we are going to win this battle, which is good. And we're going to keep moving there. They are taking bigger losses mostly. They just clearly got a good roll there. Okay, we have slightly higher numbers. They still have the -1, which is making a big difference. They've got a 6-6 general. We've got a 5-6. But their general also has no maneuver, which I think is helping us not cancel out the crossing penalty. I don't know exactly what the mechanic for that is. We are taking some losses here. Actually, right now I'm happy I've got the slightly higher morale dude, because we could have maybe taken a few more morale damage. Again, we would have started with fewer morale hit points, but also take more morale damage every time we lose a roll. And we could have potentially, you know, just gotten a few unlucky rolls and gotten, you know, kicked out of there, which would have been really unhappy making. Let's go and move you down here right away. You've got kind of a silly composition, but that's okay. You know what? I'll get everyone moved down to Berg. Please and thank you. Taking some big losses, but now they are. Ooh, shoot, that is bad. Now, we are about to finish this. Assuming these guys can hang on a little bit longer. A little bit longer, you guys. Detach here. Select the bigger army. Force march. I'm not sure you can get there in time. We're about to win this battle. You can hold out just a tiny bit longer. I don't want to reset the siege. Shit. Well, don't attack. Alright, 2.8 war score is quite a bit. I still wish I'd simply won the siege of Austria. No, or of Vienna. You are going to leave on the 13th. We are going to arrive there. That's Austria moving to Salzburg. Yeah, chasing that the other army down might be way more valuable. I wonder where they're all going to run to. Okay. I'm going to group... What am I going to do? I'm going to group this together, split it in half. Keep one army chasing some of the people we just beat. This army here, even though you've got no leader, I'm going to split you in half. And half of you there. And half of you here. That should stop their movement. I can assign a leader here since I have some free ones now. This guy here, for example. Move you that way. Won the Battle of Salzburg. They are going to keep running towards Tyrol at this point. I would gladly take an engagement over there. I could maybe do a consolidation here, but I think we're going to be okay. How's our war exhaustion? Manageable. Okay, a little bit of a squish. Alright, there we go. They stopped their movement. So let's make sure to send all the troops over here. We'll crush this army with vastly superior numbers. We get there with not a ton of them, but there's going to be a big reinforcement. Lost a little siege, it doesn't matter. Squished a few people over here. These are Alsatians and Portuguese. And the Venetians. The Venetians will probably go to Venice itself. No. Oh, there's ships there. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to go and reach actual Venice. Yeah, Alsace is still sitting around here these days. Do I want to keep force marching through here to catch them? I'm not sure that I do. I think I'll turn it off. Now, you're going to run through here. It's very interesting. I wonder if you're ultimately ending up in Alsace. I'll try to see if we can maybe squish an army completely. It would be really nice if we could pull one off. All right, we're going to defeat the troops in Vienna. Put that there so a bit more manageable. Zagreb, hopefully no one comes for you. All right, good. We've got that. No leader. I'm going to group you together. Split you in half. Send you here. You've got no leader, but you're going to have big numbers to clear that out. That should be all right. I think we'll catch some Swiss forces. No, we didn't. Ah, nice. Forgot about that siege completely. Some troops got there way faster than my main stack, which is kind of a little bad, but not the end of the world. I don't know where the Alsatian army went. Like, at all. Which is weird. Occupied by Portugal. Let's go ahead, cancel this, force march, try to catch these guys. I'll get there on the 15th. Or they'll leave on the 15th, I'll get there on the 9th. Great. Just flatten those guys. Yeah, they'll get the mountains, but I'm going to have massive numbers advantage. Maybe? I mean, I do have massive numbers advantage. I know I wasn't going in there with full morale either, but they should just lose due to just crazy numbers. Not to mention, like, the cannons are going to make a big difference. At this stage in the game, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to the discipline guy. Just to try to inflict bigger combat numbers and lose fewer. Since our, we do have a fair amount of manpower left, but we don't have unlimited amounts kicking around. Let's go ahead and grab, I know you. Chase these guys to there, then maybe there. New army forming up, good stuff. Little skirmish over there, good stuff. I don't suppose there's any chance that you have... You're at the medium war exhaustion. We're getting there. I mean, I'm going to try to negotiate a big peace deal. We'll turn off the force march. We don't need that. And just flatten the Swiss army completely. Got that. You'll do that. Take these guys. Brandenburg was never sieged up, which is kind of annoying because they're able to rebuild a few of their dudes now. Let's go ahead and get ourselves in Lunenburg. On the siege of Trent. Good stuff. That's not a big group, actually. Let's just have you move to Linz, and then we can move as a group. It would be nice to take Brandenburg out of commission, just because they are pretty scary in battle. They can generate some pretty brutal stats. And just, you know... I don't like the idea that they can come and maybe wipe some of my smaller groups, too, because that's kind of annoying. Detach a siege, and then move back to Munster. Are we at war with Netherlands? No, but we can walk through them. Okay. I think it's because they're in the HRE and we're fighting the Emperor. That is a relatively large stack. What kind of maneuver you got? Okay, so the 3 would be enough. This would be a 3-5 general. Well, they're both 3-5 generals, so it doesn't really matter. And these are... They're hills, not mountains. The river crossing won't matter. We'll have a 2-to-1 advantage. I think we take this fight. And then maybe we take these guys, split them in half, take the secondary group, and just get them in there in case we want some additional reinforcements. Are you going to escape? Maybe. Although, you know what? Honestly, if you want to get to Ratibor, and I will then force march to engage you in the plains, that would actually be very nice. That's my actual king. I'd rather he not die. Boom, boom, boom. We don't have tons of numbers here, but we might get reinforced from Lithuania. Oh, we're being attacked again, are we? Superior numbers. Select army. Force march, get over here. Oh, the military points I'm spending. And we did catch them here. It should ultimately be okay. Would have preferred the battle in the plains, but as long as I catch them somewhere. We lost that battle. Shoot. Tell you what, cancel the force march. Hang out in Munster. And all these guys. Right, you're moving in here. go ahead and do something like that. Help out at the Battle of Brandenburg. We'll keep going. Alright, Battle of Münster is won. We'll just hang out there. That's fine. I'm going to detach... No, not a split. I'm going to detach a siege and move stack into Gelra so that we can reinforce Utrecht if we get attacked there. Which seems relatively likely. I could get a diplomatic tech, but I think I'm going to save it for the negotiation. I might be able to afford to take the diplomatic tech and, you know, still get all the points I need. But we're going to play it safe. Let's reinforce that way. Let's actually force march reinforce. And actually get these guys to jump in too. Holy crap, that's going fast. How come so quick over here? I mean, I did lose my my morale guy. So I got fewer morale hit points. There we go. Lithuania is going to help out. Good stuff. That black flag doesn't matter. Here we should win. Merge these guys up. And there's already a leader in this battle, yeah? Yeah, my king. Get there faster, would you? Do not lose that battle. Yeah, we're going to reinforce just in time. Yeah, and we won the Battle of Utrecht. So we'll leave this as a group. That's fine. Reinforcements did arrive in time. Brandenburg is nasty, though. All this finished. So... oh, let's go in. Force march, catch these guys. Flatten them out. Yeah, we reset that siege of Vienna, which is so upsetting. This is a much bigger stack than we need here. There's some people we can catch out that way, which is very good. That is a big stack that might be coming to cause trouble over here. Well, we can reinforce from here, probably. Good numbers. I mean, they might be coming to Zagreb, which wouldn't be the end of the world. Got a very small stack there. How's your war exhaustion or enthusiasm? You're still at medium. My exhaustion, I'm going to go ahead and reduce that. Make sure we have very few problems, if any. Alright, good. We're going to move back in here with this army. I can turn off the force march, save some points. Good, good, good. Big army is going... Where? Backtracking to... this is going down here. I bet you they're going for Zagreb. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I might just break the siege and leave. And there's a chance we might get a tick here. Oh. Nice. I was about to say, we're just about to get a tick. Maybe I'll risk it and let it tick and hope it all works out. And it did. Alright. We're going to have to rebuild our navy at some point. I can't believe we lost the Battle of Brandenburg. Unbelievable. Brandenburg, man, they're brutal. Let's have everyone meet up over here in Frankfurt. Right, I have those peasants from like 1,000,000 years ago. I really don't want to deal with them. I'll probably just keep ignoring them. Alright, a couple little battles that don't matter have been cleared up. We still have a big stack over here. It's a big stack going there. Now what I could do is clear up some of these sieges and then go and wipe out the rebels. We've got a pretty big group of people, though. I'll split the stack in half, send half the people over there to take care of that. Now these guys, we don't have a spare leader around anymore. No. Do we have full cannons for this siege? No, not even close. So let's go ahead and throw extra cannons at Vienna. And we might just, like, actually wait it out completely now. If I go for a peace deal, is there a modifier right now for holding? Yeah, it's only -5 for Austria holding Vienna. It's also the length of war is still, like, quite low. So there's a lot of time that we can afford to spend here to get the maximum peace deal that we're interested in. What are we going to do with this stack? That is a good question. You are moving to Serbia. Why are you moving down there? What are you looking to do? Get some holdings down that way. A couple of skirmishes here that don't really matter. I think I'll just use this group to continue to hunt down little stacks. Hostile sieges that are making progress. That's kind of annoying, but not the end of the world. You guys are grouping up over here, which is going to be fine. All the armies arriving in Frankfurt. We'll get a few more that show up here. Sieging there as well. I don't suppose there's anyone that we could separate peace out at this point that is ready to leave. No. We could always just go after Alsace, actually. And that might be a splendid idea, because we can separate piece them out. We actually could do like a full annex, I think, on them. Which might be the thing to do. Say from here, for example. Get the rest of the troops in there. There we go. Merge up. I'm going to send all you guys to Alsace. You are supposed to be hunting down some people, so why don't you go ahead and do that. Better to hunt them down if we've got the force march. We don't have a lot of military power anymore, because I got rid of my level 3 guy, but the discipline will help. We'll just try to wipe out more and more and more stacks. Just keep the numbers super low. Definitely don't want to let them group up again. We've been doing fine. We'd be doing better if we hadn't lost our ships. Okay, fortress is being attacked in a few places. That doesn't really matter. Not that we're really making any real siege progress there. Battle of Tyrol has been won. Cancel the force march over here. And walk our way up this way. Just try to keep killing people. Just eliminating little stacks. Want a little battle over there. Okay, that's fine. We have money. We're actually pretty high on our force limit. We could do a quick merge and then pick up some mercs. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is just build mercs as is. Without starting with a consolidate. We'll be slightly above our force limit for a little bit, but that's why we have unlimited pots of money. Funny what you can do when you have that. Want a little skirmish there. We don't need as big of a group here anymore. Well, I didn't need it for a long time. I'm going to split you in half that way. And then go after this army over here. Not going to have a leader, but I think we've got pretty solid numbers on our side. And we have enough vassals and allies and things that they are going to do a little bit of a job of, you know, sieging the bits and pieces. One of the things I could do, actually, for my subjects at this point is encourage them to just go and try to siege out what they can here and there. Make some progress. Tell me you're... Okay, we've won a battle against Brandenburg, finally. Internal conflicts in Epirus. All right. Be nice if we were in position to stack wipe those guys, but we're not really there. Meanwhile, these guys come down to... Wow. What are these guys doing? I was going to say, we can go and wipe out the peasants. It's a long walk. And I'm really concerned about the Spanish army over here. Austria's got a lot of holdings. Go ahead and try to de-siege this stuff. It should actually go relatively quick, because they shouldn't have that many people. Oh, we lost our royal marriage with Lithuania. Let's definitely try to get that back. Right, they actually have our name. They currently have no legal heir either. He's pretty young. He's going to have a lot of time to make babies. But you never know. Let's go ahead and split that in half and do that. Actually, probably just lost a cannon. You know what? No. Let's leave them together. We'll get the maximum cannon break point, plus we get the leader siege. Each siege will go a little bit faster, and it'll be better off that way. All right, you're home. We got some... These are our mercs. We can move down sort of this direction. A little poor on cannons, but it'll be okay. You are just standing around doing nothing. So, why don't you come and clear out this little siege. How are we on ticking war scores? It's still coming? Still got 4 more to go, which is not as high as we'd like. And it's all because they don't have our capital, which really they have no hope of ever taking. And we knew that right from the start, which is one of the big incentives with being quite happy with fighting this war. You're there. You want a little skirmish there, which is lovely. Let's go and defeat the Venetian army here in Verona. Just keep the numbers as low as possible. Oh, go after the Austrian army here. Forgot there's little bits of Austria over here. Now, one of the things I can do to weaken Austria, because they have like sprawled out quite a bit, is I could just force them to drop a bunch of nations, like release a bunch of nations as vassals, which might be the cheapest and easiest way to weaken them, but that doesn't necessarily make me stronger. And in any case, the coalition's not going to go away, so I can probably afford to keep being greedy with things and not feel bad about it. Go ahead and move you over here with your extra cannons. They're trying to de-siege there. That siege will go away pretty quickly. Got a big army here that, not being attrition, so I'm like, I know it's not in foreign territory or anything like that. You are doing a little bit of siege over here, so I'd like to bust you and reset that. Meanwhile, this army maybe not go after there. Any other enemy provinces here I can siege? Here, we'll move you over. Let's do this and then that. Oh, that's already occupied. So this and then down to Saxony. You are working on that. Lovely. You are here. There. I think most people are still active. We really do need to take the capital. That'll make a big, big, big difference. You are making a small move there. We're going to do that. And then what we'll do is we'll loop around this way. Take care of those fools. And yeah, we will go ahead and siege out Mantua here, some Austrian territory. Just to try to rack up some war score. A little bit of the battle there. And I think what I'm going to do is split this stack in half and send some to Altmark. Okay, Neumark, that's not a real siege. That's going to be a little battle that we'll lose a bit there, which is too bad. I think that the Spanish army went and killed the rebels, and they're going to de-siege the stuff held by the rebels, which is convenient. Yeah, you hang out there. This Brandenburgian army can't do anything. Cleared that siege. Let's go and clear this siege too. I mean, I don't think it's really contributing much to war score, but we may as well do it. They're really fast sieges to get rid of because they're enemy occupations. And wow, I got to put a cut in this video. So still excited. I mean, we're gonna win this. It was costly. I'm not gonna lie, and it did, you know, slow down our whole French thing, but it's going to be okay. When we do go to war with France again, we're going to take Ile-de-France, obviously, and then we'll try to grab a province or two over here to connect it up to the rest of our empire, because we have actual Scandinavia here. Hesse belongs to us, so if we can go do something like Barrois and Luxembourg and Ile-de-France, which, yes, is a very expensive set of provinces, but I'd be very happy with that. But that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye, folks.